Good evening, my crazy cakes and my tramps and my lunatics. It is Adriana from The Good Machiavelli, and this is my first ever video. I apologize. I'm working an overnight tonight, and I don't feel so good, but I'm here. I don't have really any editing software or anything to make this video look really nice, so it's just kind of gonna be a janky video, but I just wanted to start you guys off with something. First of all, like I said, I'm the good Machiavelli, and I do all things self help and motivation and self improvement. I offer commentary, I offer tips, uh, I offer anything that comes to my mind that I think might be beneficial to my audience. I hope that anyone that comes to my channel can benefit from this channel, but I do have some specialties. I talk a lot about spirituality on this channel, and I talk about anything to do with disability, chronic illness, and neurodivergence. I talk about research articles. I talk about popular culture. I talk about anything that I think people need to know about themselves and know about society. And the good Machiavelli comes from the name Niccolo Machiavelli, who wrote The Prince. He is the inspiration for the term Machiavellian personality. It is one of the three dark triad personalities. You have psychopath, psychopathy, narcissism, and Machiavellianism. And these generally are not good personality traits. But I'm here to tell you that we all have these traits. And it is our job as people walking through this planet to learn how to use those traits for a higher purpose, for a noble purpose, for ourselves and for those around us. Just because you score high on psychopathy does not mean you are destined to be an animal torturing serial killer. Just because you score high on narcissism doesn't mean you have to destroy people who are in the limelight. These are tests, they're information. They tell you that you have certain traits, that you have them at a certain level, maybe higher than others, maybe lower than others. It is not your destiny. So, part of this is me sharing my own recovery journey. I am schizoaffective, I have nonverbal learning disability. I have a few other diagnoses kicking around, but I don't really want to be defined by those things. So, that's what this channel is really all about. And I want to segue into giving you a few tips that I have been playing around with in my mind. Uh, there's one thing that I really hate, and I will talk about this on this channel, is I hate anything to do with toxic positivity. If you are familiar with the band Nightclub, there's a song called Miss Negativity. That's me. I'm Miss Negativity. Um, but over the years, I have found it helpful to say, you know, if you can change your circumstances, change your circumstances. And if you can't, you change your attitude. Well, what does it mean when someone asks you to change your attitude? We generally assume that we want to change it to a positive attitude, turn that frown upside down, see the silver lining. There's always something to be grateful for, and I'm not necessarily saying that those things are wrong, but I don't think they're necessarily helpful. Maybe what you need is a more neutral attitude. Maybe you're not in a positive place. Maybe your circumstances are not positive. Maybe your support system isn't doing its job. You can have the attitude of, this is a problem, and somewhere in there, there's a solution. I'm not happy about it. I'm also not going to continuously be miserable about it. Problem, solution. It's calculus. There's no moral element to calculus, there's no emotional element to calculus. It's just problems that need to be solved. And the best part about calculus is that there's imaginary numbers. So you can quite literally make shit up. I am exaggerating, you know. If you love calculus and you're an expert, don't come at me. It is an exaggeration, but if there's imaginary numbers that are real solutions, then what solutions can you come up with? So have a more neutral attitude looking at your situation, looking at what's going on within yourself. And some people might say, well, that is a positive attitude because you're not being negative, but I don't necessarily think that's helpful either, because when we label the kind of neutral attitude that I'm describing as positive, we create pressure on the person to see it as positive. And positive, needless to say, has certain connotations, just like every other word in every language ever. When we think of something that's positive, we think of something that's helpful, we think of something that makes us feel good, we think of all of the things. And labeling these attitudes that are non negative as being positive, I think puts pressure on people emotionally. And I think it sets them up for failure in a very subtle way. So I really prefer to take the judgment out of it, take the positive and negative out of it, and just have it be neutral. Don't let it be a negative number. Don't let it be a positive number. Just let it be zero. Okay? So, and that's applicable to certain situations. There are other situations in which maybe you don't want to be positive or neutral. Maybe you want to be negative. I mean, if I found out that you were recently assaulted or that someone stole your identity, I would hope you wouldn't have a positive attitude towards that. You shouldn't have a positive attitude towards that. I would think you were in some kind of deep denial. So rather than ask, should I have a positive attitude, a negative attitude, or a neutral attitude, maybe ask, what attitude is most adaptive? What attitude is going to make me feel tolerable? What attitude is going to spur me to action? What attitude is going to allow me to let go of things I can't control? What attitude is going to help me survive? What attitude is going to help me get ahead? And if being negative about a situation gets you angry enough to do something, that's a good attitude to have, even if it's not positive, even if it doesn't make you feel good, even if it makes other people not feel so good. That's the attitude you want. So there's that. And sorry, hold on a minute. Oh god, I lost my train of thought. I also think piggybacking on the concept of having a positive attitude, people who have mental health struggles, who've been through trauma, often say, I just want to be okay. And I want to be okay. I think it's totally normal to want to be okay, and you can strive for that, but being okay still has that sense of expectation attached to it. I want to coast along, I want to get through. And when we are not okay, or better than okay, we're in a bad place. And we're shaken and we're broken and we're just not okay. So what do you do with that? And over the years, with my hospitalizations and my traumas and my, just the struggles that I've had going through life as a regular person, I have found that maybe the goal shouldn't be for us to be okay. Maybe the goal for us should be to be immovable. I am in a bad place. I am rattled. I am shaken. I am broken, but I will not be moved. Some things, no matter what is happening in me or around me, will always be constant. my belief in the value of my own life, my principles. For some, it's a higher power. There is some sort of internal rock, internal fortress that you are clinging to, that you take refuge in when things are not okay. And when you're not okay, and you can be not okay, and you still will not be moved. You're not going to be swept out to sea. You're not going to be flushed down the drain. You are going to be as you are until you are ready to heal. And how do we get to this state of being immovable? It comes with introspection, knowing yourself, having unconditional acceptance and just love of self in spite of the things that you have done, knowing that you are more than the worst thing that you have ever done. Knowing that because you are living, breathing, and human, that your life matters no matter what. That there's right and wrong, good and evil, and you are going to stand on the knowledge that you are doing right. Those are the qualities that make you immovable. And those are the qualities that I've cultivated over the years, and I'm still cultivating them. The work never ends. And I highly, highly encourage those of you who are not okay right now to cultivate those qualities. And please, if you see this video and you get the chance, please let me know what you think in the comments and let me know what the results were. You have an awesome, awesome New Year's Day. Have a great New Year, and I hope to see you soon.